So Xiaomi launched the much awaited Xiaomi 15 Ultra, guys. There are some new things that I'd like to talk about. There's a lot of old things, guys. And nevertheless, not many people talking about this. When Samsung is doing what Samsung does and releases the S25 Ultra that is so close to the S24 Ultra, people get really crazy. And what I see right now is Xiaomi being a bit like Samsung, releasing, it's not the same phone, but okay guys, come on, it's almost the same phone like the 14 Ultra and 13 Ultra. Of course there are some upgrades, and I'm not blaming Samsung and I'm not blaming Xiaomi. It's just that the industry is like that. Remember the days when we got a model this year and next year we only gotten like an upgrade or a facelift? Hey, the same thing is now with cars. You know, you buy your new car, then there is a facelift, and you can even not retrofit some of the elements from the facelift to the previous model, which was not the case like 20 years ago. So, I mean, this is how business works nowadays. Now there's some very exciting new things, guys. This phone is now immediately available as a global phone at launch. Xiaomi Hyper AI, Xiaomi 15 Ultra. It's the pinnacle of photography. This is the design, by the way. Not a lot has changed. It starts from £1,300, so it's a whooping price, right? Yeah, there are some new things, like I said, some old things, guys. I'm gonna go direct to the new things. So the new things are, yes, finally Xiaomi upgraded to the Samsung HP9. It's the ISOCELL HP9. This is what is behind the 200 megapixel telephoto camera. And yes, they're using the same 1-inch sensor from Sony, which I'm gonna show in a minute, right? And yeah, they're still using a nice pair of sets, the Leica Sumilux optical lens, and of course the Xiaomi Hyper OS is there. By the way, I've used the Xiaomi 15, the regular one, and it was just nice compared to, let's say, the Vivos that I've used. Hyper OS, even the Chinese one, was not a problem. And of course there is the Snapdragon 8 Elite, Xiaomi Shield Glass 2, the all-around display, Xiaomi Garden structure. It goes for on and on and on and on. And I'm gonna leave this down below, guys. There are some very nice, exciting colors like this one here. This really looks like a proper camera. Just put the grip on this. It's gonna be like a camera. The silver chrome. Then they have the white one, which is also, I guess, the finish is nice. And then they have the black one. Black one is kind of boring, we have to say. And this thing really goes on and on and on. Like there are some things that are new inside, I guess. Also, they changed the cooling inside. Right, 82% plus more on Corning Gorilla Glass, aluminum frame, high strength. Okay, I mean, yeah, but guys, I mean, we have to agree on this. This thing really now looks like a proper camera. Xiaomi 15 Ultra, the photography kit Legend Edition. I don't want to click here because I think another 179. Yeah, and yeah, it doubles as a shutter. You know, it has a battery pack. There are some rings that you can mount. This thing really looks cool, guys. This is from TechChap's video, guys, and take a look at this, guys. It's like Xiaomi is Samsung, right? They pretty much did the same. So let's just compare the specs. This is the 14 Ultra and the 15 Ultra, the specs on the camera, because hey, this is a camera phone. So what is the main sensor, guys? It's the Sony LIT or Lydia 900. It is the very same camera, but last year, guys, we had a dual aperture physical one. We got f1.63 and f4.0. Now, boom, this thing is gone. So we only are stuck now with, all right, it's the bigger one. It's f1.63 and of course OIS. The ultra-wide camera, guys. So last year, apparently they used a Sony IMX858. It was a 12mm. Now we got 40mm and it's Gen 5 again. So this is ISOCELL, it's from Samsung. Yeah, so that's probably a downgrade. I'm not so sure about this. All right, about the telephoto camera, guys. So last year they used 3.2x. It was again Sony IMX858. This year, surprise, they're using the same camera. Okay, different focal length, the same aperture. And probably the biggest upgrade in the camera domain, guys, is they ditched the Sony IMX again 858 that was there for the 5x. And now they put a proper camera. This is the Samsung ISOCELL HP9. I used that one and the Vivo X100 Ultra. This was amazing. Everybody's now using this for, you know, like high range zoom, and this can go up to like 20-30 and deliver some nice results. More than 30-40, it's gonna be questionable. So, but again, it's a very capable sensor, guys. And the front camera is by OmniVision, is still the same, right? So Xiaomi did really what Samsung did, right? But at least they gave you a new camera, because Samsung didn't do anything like that. They just gave you like the very same old boring camera. If we go inside, guys, there are other things. Like, for example, last year we were using the Gen 3, now we have the 8 lid, right? Something that is kind of disappointing. Last year the global version had like a 5000 mAh in the battery, and the China one got 5300. This year the global version is a 5400. And then the Chinese versions will get 6,000. So if I'm getting the 15 Ultra, which I really want to get it, but if I'm getting a 15 Ultra, hell boy, I'm getting the Chinese version. I'm not getting like something with 5,400. No, there are some other news, guys. Yes, now we also can have an eSIM. If you get the global version, and if that's relevant and important for you, this time the phone will also support eSIM. But if we compare everything else, it's absolutely the same phone, guys. And yeah, it's a bit heavier. So the display is the same display, size, the same size. Okay, they upgraded the protection technology from Xiaomi Shield Glass 1220. All right, Android 15, that's for sure. You get the new chip, but the camera-wise, I guess we cleared that already. Only one new sensor. All right, two actually with the ultra wide. That is probably not an upgrade at all. Sound, front camera, everything else is pretty much the same phone. 90 watts word charges, 90 watts word charges. So I'm just thinking, Samsung did what Samsung did, and they got a lot of hate for this. Xiaomi at least changed something, but honestly, guys, it's pretty much the same phone, even if you just look at it aesthetically. The 15 Ultra looks almost exactly as the 14 Ultra, that looks almost exactly as the 13 Ultra. So Samsung and Xiaomi, like these big boys in the big brands, they're pretty much doing the same thing. But hey, at least Xiaomi are giving you now a new camera. Honestly, I would have expected any other change, like at least to justify, you or me buying that phone. Because at the end of the day, I'm 100% sure this is going to be a great phone, guys, great colors and all of that. But it's going to be as if I'm using the same old phone, which was the one from last year. I did own the 13 Ultra and the 14 Ultra. If I have a chance, guys, and the money, of course, I'm going to buy the 15 Ultra as well. But it's a bit disappointing to see that, yeah, all right, maybe the dual tone finish, like this version is nice with the vegan leather, and then I guess like what is glass on the back, dual tone finish. But we got that also on last year's flagship Oppo. So honestly, it's like Xiaomi is doing a bit what Samsung is doing, but not in a Samsung way, because again, they still gave us some new things inside, but it's becoming somehow boring, like all these phones. And even right now, I'm more excited to get something like the new Nothing Phone 3A, like something that doesn't really look like all the other phones. So in this area, I have a feeling that they kind of stalled. Nobody really wants to innovate that much. They just want to build a platform, sell it to you, to me, to us for the next 2-3 years, just with some incremental changes, and just rip us of our money if we're so crazy, of course, to spend it. And companies like Apple are even doing this with the mid-range phone, like the iPhone 16e, expensive one. Yeah, you got the point, guys. Anyway, Xiaomi 15 Ultra is here. It's probably going to be a good camera phone. Let's see what's next for the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, VST over, and bye.